pleased to see today's crowd. I think give yourself a round of applause. I think you make me surprised with this crowd, and I know that there are many more people queuing up downstairs. They are still queuing downstairs at McDonald's. Not that they want to buy Hello Kitty. So I think you guys, made it here. I think give yourself a round of applause again. Now there's a reason why all of us are here today, right? Yeah, you are not here to see me, but you want to hear more on Youthspan, right? Am I right to say that? Yeah, I'm not that attractive that everyone is here, So I know, I know a lot of people want to live young, want to live more youthful years. That's why we are here, right? So let me tell you, tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to on all your DNA. Okay? Before you leave this place, you're going to look younger than before you came in. Okay? Even though you sweat now, I know some of you inside, wet, So, can we just, enjoy tonight? All right? Yeah, I know a lot of people want to live young, want to live more youthful years. I repeat, youthful years. Not just 1 year, but years. I think this is not easy to achieve. Am I right to say that? Yeah? And many people want to, they try all sort of methods, to just want to make themselves look young, feel young, and all sort of way. And today, we are going to reveal to you what Youthspan is all about. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that? Now, before I jump into Youthspan, let me tell you, let me share with you what, aging is all about. Do you know what aging is all about? Do you know what is aging? Now, the first thing when I ask what is aging, what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind? Sorry? Wrinkles. That's the first word, very loud. Wrinkles. And what else? What else? First thing that comes to your mind, what is aging? Lack of energy, forgetfulness, yeah? And gray hair, yeah. Gray hair, white hair, whatever color it is, okay? That is associated with aging. So we all look into sign and symptom of aging. Now, like what this chart talks, we have lack of stamina, fatigue, loss of memory, infertile, all right, and osteoporosis, immune system reduced, and insomnia. All right, so all these are related to aging. So how many of you actually experience one of these already? I saw some of you put up your hand, yeah, and that is a sign of aging. I'm sorry to tell you. Okay, that is the sign and symptom of aging. But let me tell you, all right, now if you settle your insomnia, if you just look into your lack of stamina, you go and boost up energy drink. If you have insomnia, you take the sleeping pills. Does that solve your aging problem? No, it doesn't solve your aging problem. So today we're going to really dive right into the source of aging, okay? Now, in aging itself, it is not just your wrinkle. It is just not the age from your IC. It is not just in the stamina, how long you can run, it's not that. It doesn't judge by that, all right? But because aging, it is causing the entire system. So that's why aging in the body is called systemic. Systemic is it causes the entire system. So in fact, many things in the world is also systemic, like in your car, all right? Anyone drive? Yeah, we have someone, we drive. Now, just one part of your car which is not working, example, your gearbox. Does it work? Your car doesn't work anymore. So that is called systemic. It causes entire body doesn't work. It affects the rest of the body. So that's why aging is systemic. Now let's look at what really causes aging, okay? Now aging, that your heart starts to age at the age of 30 to 40 years old, depending, it is the range, all right? So meaning that anytime before 30 years old, your heart still can function almost perfect. But after that, you will realize that you have high blood pressure, you have cholesterol high, start from the age of 30. Do you realize that, people around you? Yeah, you will realize that, many people around their 30s start to have cholesterol high, start to have high blood pressure, they started on treatment, they started on medicine. You have people like that? That's why aging, okay? All right? And then what about the brain? Your brain start to age at 20, not 80, yeah? This doesn't mean that, dementia start at 70, 80, that's why your brain start, aging. It's not. Your brain start immediate, around age of 20. That's why you start to forget things. You know, when you sit for exam, you start to forget, especially those 20s in the university, you forgot things. Yesterday you read, today forgot already. Huh? And sometimes, and now, sometimes when on the street you just see somebody, seems like I know you somewhere, but cannot remember the name. Have you ever encountered that? That is aging. Okay, your brain age. All right, scary, right? Huh? And this is your bone. All right. Now, as we age, your bone density also decrease. Therefore, you know, our mothers, especially our grandmother, they usually go for bone density check. Okay, why? Because you know, you realize that all those young, older people, they get fractured very, very easy because the bone are very fragile, because the density is very, very loose like a sponge, and it doesn't regenerate anymore. Okay, so therefore, the doctor will tell you, take what? Take what? Calcium. Now, how many of you think that you take calcium, you can grow back your bones? No. Calcium is all from your bone. So when you take calcium, meaning that we don't want to lose any calcium from your bone. It doesn't repair. Okay? So today you will realize that after today's sessions, you can be a doctor already. All right, now the next one is skin, which most people are very, very concerned. As we age, you look at this. As we age, our skin become crooked. Now this is just magnified how thousands times, okay? But that is where, when it is not even, your wrinkles appear. So our skin age at 25, around 25. Okay, so that's why around this age, you realize that you are very concerned on your eye, your what do you call this line, all right? And whatever lines that you are very concerned. Okay? All right, now the older you are, the more lines you have. Okay, slightly peep to your right side, and then you guess how old is the person next to you. Okay, and the left as well, you can peep. But tell them loudly, I don't care how old am I now, but I'm going to live young, right? I don't care how old you are, but I'm going to live young, because live young is the decisions, right? All right. Now, as we age as well, this thing also reduce. This is what? This is a muscle. Muscles start to age at 40, and generally in Asia, we lost 2% to 5% of muscle every year. This is an aging process. It got nothing to do with whether you go to the gym. It got nothing to do with whether you go for your exercise. Okay? So this is just an aging process. All right? Okay. Now, because of all this aging process as systemic, you know, you realize that this is a fact of aging, right? You've seen this many, many places. All right? We've seen old folks, you know, in the old folks' home, and, you know, this is aging. Correct or not? Yeah? And unfortunately, all right, many of us, you know, are starting to age, and Singapore government is very, very concerned on these aging populations, and projected that we want to build 7 nursing home. 7 nursing home. Okay, now 7 nursing home is going to build in, you know, by 2020. Who stay in nursing home? Old folks, right? Sorry, it's not old folks. This nursing home is for you. If you don't take care of yourself, now this nursing home is prepared for you. Singapore government prepared everything for us already. All right, this nursing home is for you. We are prepared. The Singaporeans are aging now. So therefore, we projected that, you know, our money we pump into nursing home because of these populations. All right, now, why anti-aging is very, very crucial? Does that mean that when anti-age, we want to look younger? We want to look younger? How many of you want to look younger? Especially the ladies. Ladies, put up a hand. No, we have one gentleman here also want to look young. Now, in the world of anti-aging or anti-aging, whatever you call it, all right? Now, there are 2 schools of thought. One school is we want to anti-age biologically, meaning that in the body, we want to, you know, we find ways to see how body age, and then how we can counter delay aging in the body. So therefore, the study on antioxidant, you know, the collagen, you know, stem cell, all these come into the picture. Because you want to anti-age inside within us. Now, there's another school of thought which is cosmetic. We are very concerned on our outlook, our wrinkles, our fine lines. So many people are just spending a lot of money, a lot of time, just want to, cover up aging on the surface. So that is the cosmetic. Both are equally very important. Okay, but what I'm covered here is more on inside and then outward. Okay, all right. Now, anti-aging is very, very important. Okay, because study shows as we age, many diseases are age-related. Okay, especially cardiovascular. All right, and also cancer, arthritis, cataract, osteoporosis, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and Alzheimer's diseases. Now, these are very, very typically related to your age. Do you realize that these diseases doesn't happen when we were teenager? Yeah, only when happen after we age. Now, to a certain extent. Now, let me stress to you. Now, by 85, any one of you 85 years old here? No. Okay, by 85 years old, by all of us, by 85, 30% in this room will get cancer. That is the stats, is the reality, is the fact. You cannot run away. Therefore, we are very, very fearful of cancer. Not so much on anti-aging. We want to anti-cancer as well, right? Correct? So this is why it's very important that we know what is the correct way to anti-age for our own body. Okay? And therefore, we can live young, live more youthful years. All right. And now this is the studies that done by LifeGen. It's over 20-year studies, and I think most of you sent this monkey, right? Most of you sent this monkey, yeah. This monkey they are studied under a cohort study for the last 20 years already, and we realized that as we, this cohort study, what we do is we do this group of monkey, they eat like a buffet. This is a calorie restriction study. They eat like buffet. This study, this group, this cohort, they eat a restricted diet, 3 meals per day, those kind of, as human context. Okay, in total, we study about 79 monkeys. We split them into 2 groups, and we study over these 20 years. Now, periodically, we draw out some data, and we realize that, up to today, 50% of this group who eat buffet every day, 50% of them die. They gone. Okay? The remaining 50%, they have either cardiovascular diseases, meaning heart diseases, they have diabetes, they have cancer. These are the 3 main diseases that reported among this group of monkeys. Okay, and then this group, what about the calorie restriction? Meaning that they restrict their intake. Now, 80% still survive. The rest of the 20% who passed away or who died is not related to the it's not so much related to the calorie restriction, because this is a cohort study, and it could be because of age as well. All right, so at least 80% still survive, and this 80%, the reduction rate is tremendous. It's really, really significant. Now, cardiovascular diseases, diabetic, and cancer rate reduced tremendously as we calorie restrict ourselves. Now, question. Now, this group, my doctors really always present this data. They say calorie restriction, they cannot eat so much. But question, how much are you supposed to eat? You restrict your calorie, you don't eat so full, you eat 70%, right? How much? When do you stop? When do you stop? Okay, imagine today you eat and then you're full. Okay, you feel full and then you stop. And then half an hour later, it travels to your brain. Very full. That means it's 200% now. It's 200%. Because the brain and the stomach got a distance. You need time to travel the signal. There is a distance. The moment you feel full, the feel full is already 200%. It's over. So what exactly 70%? Nobody in human know what exactly what 70% is. Okay, so therefore, our scientists, LifeGen scientists, they take their gene and they study 2 groups. What kind of gene express it differently? And therefore, we have the answer. Okay, and the answer lies on aging defense mechanism in the gene expression. Okay, now just now we saw the monkey. Now let me ask you, which one do you want? When you're 80 years old, when you're 90 years old, which one do you want? You want the right side or you want the left side? You want to, for gentlemen, you want to tie your tie or you want to pull up your oxygen? That's an oxygen tube. Okay? You want to cycle or you want to sit on a wheelchair? Also will, you know. So you can decide it. You can decide it now. All right? And many people, we subject ourselves into aging, and we try all sort of methods, just want to, you know, stay young, want to live young. Okay? And then, now, so do we have the crowd that you want to live young and to have more youthful lives here? Yes. You have? Yeah, do I have them not here? Yeah. And can I have a show of hand? How many have aged parent at home? Wow. How many of you have aged grandparents at home? Lesser. How many of you consider aged? You can put up your hand. You know, now, whether you like it or not, for those who have aged at home, when you think of you want to go for holidays, you want to go for your dream holidays, what is your concern? You are afraid that they cannot walk the way you walk. They don't have stamina. Maybe you're going to bring along wheelchair. You know, maybe their stomach cannot take the food in the other country. So many concerns. All right. But what if every one of us have Youthspan? We live more youthful years. We have the energy. We have the health that go around the world. That is what live more youthful years is all about. Okay, it's not so much on make you look young. No point when you look so young and then you lie on a coffin, right? It's no point. We want energetic, we want energy, we want the sun, we want your health. Okay, that is our main objective. And therefore, with new skin technology, with new skin, those kind of scientific board, you know, to have this technology we should call ageLOC. Now, this ageLOC is not new to some of us because we have a series of ageLOC product already. But this ageLOC technology is indeed a revolutionary technology. Why? Because it is going to affect the way we age. Imagine with Yspan, with Youthspan, all of us age gracefully. We no longer, you know, concerned about whether should I bring my wheelchair out or should I not. All right? Whether should I bring my, you know, my salad because I don't know whether I can take the food from that country or not. Then we tap out a lot of things there. Huh? So that's what I see a lot of people traveling because of that. They are concerned. Maybe go to another country constipated, cannot come up. You know, there's a lot of people concerned, right? That's aging. Your system cannot work. That is aging. Okay? So with one technology, we settle right inside the sources of aging. Okay? That is what ageLOC is all about. We want to target at the source, not the symptom. Remember the symptom of aging? Remember the symptom of aging? Yeah, the symptom of aging. Oh, just now the one that, you know, causing you to have insomnia, loss of stamina, loss of memory. That is a symptom. Now, if the doctor, if anyone just treat your wrinkle, just treat this, it's just a symptom of aging. But the symptom of aging is, you know, you take that, it's just a temporary. Tomorrow you're going to lose your memory again. You know, you're going to insomnia again. You need to take another dose of sleeping pills. So that is not permanent. But right now we want to focus on the sources of aging. We want to find out what causes aging. Okay, do you know what causes aging? I give you one whole list. These are the things around us that cause us to age. All right. And the sun exposure. Somebody asked me this afternoon, you mean the sun also causes aging? I say yes. But the doctor say the sun got vitamin D, you know. I say we want the vitamin D, but we don't need the UV. The UV is the one who causes aging. All right? And UVA, when you buy the sunblock, you realize you have UVA and UVB. UV that causing A is aging. UVB is causing burn. So it's different. So make sure you get the correct one. So that's sun exposure and smoking as well. Whether you like it or not, people around you smoke, you also second-hand smoker. So it causes your cell to age as well. All right? And I want to highlight this digital screen. Just now, Vern asked all of you to put up your hand, right? Either Samsung, either iPhone. You got it. You have the digital screen. That causes aging. That causes aging. Now, even if you don't use it, somebody say, no, I don't use. I still use Nokia with the button. I'm sorry, people around you, people next to you, they are using. You still exposed to this radiation. It causes aging. Now, question, all these things cause aging. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Now, these are the things that cause aging, and let me look into, let me bring you to look into what really causes us to age in terms of cellular level. All right, internally, genetic, it causes to age differently. Some people 60 years old still look at 40. All right, some people 60 years old look at 80. No, some people 40 years old look at 60. So because that is genetic. All right, and also cellular metabolism, damage, the damage that accumulated in your body, especially those obese people. All right, when you are over fat in your body start to metabolize a lot more fat tissues, and that causes damage in your body. You create a lot of free radical in you. So you realize that fat people, you have a lot more problem, and you die young. Yeah, so that is damage and cellular metabolism, toxin as well, debris, stress. That is from within us. We cannot control that. Okay, many people say, oh, I can control stress. I'm not stressful. I'm not. I go for meditation, I go for yoga, whatever thing, just to distress. But the next minute, see your phone bill, see this bill, see that bill, stress again. Okay, this is unavoidable. All right, what about external? External, we have pollutant. Just now, the chart I showed you, pollutant, the toxin, the digital screen, smoke, anxiety, everything. That is external, including when you're jammed in the traffic. That is anxiety. Okay, so all these things causes us to age. All right, now when it causes to age, that's where it attacks our aging defense mechanism. Therefore, our aging defense mechanism, it doesn't work as per normal. So therefore, you have a lot of problem after that. Okay, now with ageLOC, we focus on gene expression. We target at the sources of aging because we know exactly which part of the gene that is responsible for this group of symptoms, and then we target at that. That is called aging defense mechanism. Okay, now today, after you leave this place, you don't know what aging defense mechanism, it doesn't matter. You just remember ADM. ADM will do. Can you do that? ADM. Give yourself a round of applause. Now, because of this ageLOC technology, we back up with more than 30 years of anti-aging and nutritional science. Okay, anti-aging started with nutritional. Now, a lot of people start with multivitamin, start with vitamin C, vitamin A. We already go into antioxidant. Okay, when people go into antioxidant, new skin already go into ageLOC. So that is how advanced our scientific board is. And because we have a group of advisory board, and this advisory board is no joke one. They are all PhD in their own field, and there are a couple of ethno-medicine professor within this group. Ethno-medicine professor, meaning they focus on traditional medicine, using science, proven, and then to come up with a product. That is ethno-medicine. Have you heard of that? Heard of that? You're so quiet, you shake your head. Yeah. If I explain to you every single one, you also won't understand. Okay, let's skip. Now, many research papers has been published. Now, these are the things that attract me because I did research for the last 12 years, and I do a lot of genetic research. And the other day, I just talked to the product specialist and said, oh, this one looked very familiar because I did the interferon study. That is our immune system study. And it is published here. Our Youthspan, our Youthspan actually target at that area as well. So it looks very, very familiar to me. And we have been trying to research, and here it goes, we have the answer. So we have robust research paper being published, and even do oral presentations and published in a lot of medical journals. All right. Now, first and but I think, no matter how good a product is, must go through proper quality assurance. Okay, you can find out, this product, this certain ingredient are very, very effective. But what if it is not safe? Not safe for human, but it is safe for mouse, right? Not safe for human, so it go down to the drain. So that's why research, we are very particular on that. So New Skin spent 30 years of research to find out 50,000 kind of ingredients just to fit into the ingredient that you are going to have. Okay? Now, this 6S process guarantee the quality guarantee the safety side of it. All right? Meaning that every single capsule or whatever you're taking, especially in Youthspan, is exactly the same one as the one that I'm having. It's exactly the same one as someone in Thailand is having. It's exactly the same one as I mean, exactly the ingredient, the dose, we know exactly what is that. Okay? All right? So that is what supplement is all about, and this is what we have, Youthspan. Now, how many of you heard of Youthspan? Not many. The rest, today you are going to find out what Youthspan is. Yeah? Now, Youthspan is amazing. Youthspan technology, how many of you actually read The Aging Myth, the book by Dr. Joseph Chang? How many of you read? Yeah, we have some, those people who read, you understand, the entire book, what we are talking about, all lies in Youthspan product. The answer is in Youthspan product. Okay? So those of you, you want to find out why this technology come about, you can go and access into this book called The Aging Myth. All right? Now, what we really want is to live more youthful years, right? That is why Youthspan can give you. In Singapore, we call Youthspan. In Malaysia, we call Youthspan. Okay? Yeah, because of country regulations. Okay. Now, Youthspan, our main purpose is to prolong the years you can live. You can be active, you'll be energetic and healthy. Not only to live. Living in this world with no quality, no energy, no health is as good as lying on a bed, lying in a nursing home. Okay? So this is not what we want. We want to avoid that. So once you have Youthspan, once you have Youthspan, the years you can enjoy life even longer. That's why it's called Live More Youthful Years. Tell the person next to you, live more youthful years. You must, because it's very long. Years is very long. We want to live more youthful years. It is all about Youthspan. Okay, have you heard of Youthspan? Don't have. Your dictionary also don't have. Okay, you know what is lifespan. Now in Singapore, this statistic is for Singapore in 2013, the statistics. All right, the life expectancy average is 82.5. All right, now just now nobody put up your hand. Those who are 80 years old, never, we don't have any 80, so we still can live very long. Now, for lifespan, this 82.5 is your life expectancy, is your lifespan. What is Youthspan? Youthspan is 75 years of your years. You can have energy, you have good health, at least better health, all right, and then you have, more energy to go around to live more lively. All right, that is 75 years. The remaining 7 years, your red light. You are either lying on the bed, you are either in a hospital, in out, in out, in out, or you are checked into nursing home. All right, this is what the last 7 years will happen to most of us. Okay, and then what about with Youthspan? With Youthspan, when we have Youthspan, you can actually live all the way until my screen also break. Yeah, can we give Youthspan a round of applause? Yeah. That is what Youthspan is going to give all of us. Now, if you believe you can live up to 120 years, which is scientifically proven, believe it. It can happen with Youthspan, with Youthspan. Okay, believe it. You want to live up to 120 years? Yeah? Say yes louder. You want to live in 120 years? Yes, yes. Now, just now they're not safe because no Youthspan. Now, with Youthspan, you can. All right, you can do that. Okay? Now, those people, 120 years mean, how many of you 60 years now? Don't have. Or below 60, huh? Anyone above 60? Oh, we have. Above 60. Give them a round of applause. Above 60, yeah. I want to congratulate you. This is only your midlife crisis. You have another 60 years to go. Midlife, yeah. Give them a round of applause. And the rest of us, we have 80 more years to play. Wow. Now, ageLOC Youthspan, Youthspan, all right, it support our innate aging defense mechanism and is actually provide our systemic anti-aging. All right. Now, I will go through one by one with all of you what really aging defense mechanism means. All right. So these are the two keywords. If today everything you don't understand, just bring home this, okay? Now, aging defense mechanism, remember the ADM. What is ADM? ADM consists of 6 kind of genes. These 6 genes are responsible cause you to age. Now, as long as any one of these not functioning well, you age, you have a lot of issues. Example, all right, antioxidant protections. All right, do you know your body produces antioxidant? Yeah, but unfortunately, with the factor around us, we have pollutions, we have sun, we have digital screens, we have, smokers around, and that cause a lot of free radical which damage your cells. Okay, now your antioxidant in your own body, produce own body, cannot protect yourself, so therefore it become broke. This part is broken and you catch a lot of diseases. Okay, and then stress cellular response, DNA protections, inflammatory balance, tissue regeneration, and improve your metabolism. I'll go through one by one with you later. Okay, that is Youthspan. And then the second functions of Youthspan is systemic anti-aging. Why is it systemic? Because it actually protects every single part of our body. All right, especially your cardiovascular health, your brain and your immune system, your respiratory, your digestive system, your skeletal and bone system, and your muscle and your skin. So as long as we trigger this ADM, anti-aging defense mechanism, in this body system, you are protected. You are really protected. Now, how would you classify this anti-aging defense mechanism? I would say that I on all this button in you. Now, you have this button in you, this 6 button. Do you know where it plays? Whole body lah. This Youthspan actually on all this button and wake up all this system to work for you. So it's not a symptomatic treatment anymore, but we treat the root problem. We treat your aging problem. Okay, got it? Okay, and then once we treat your sources of problem, your root problem, and that's where we settle the rest of the, our problem, especially like cellular response, systemic cytokine response, look very jargon, no? Do you understand all this? Do you want to understand? You want to understand this? Meaning this product, this Youthspan actually trigger every single one, like brain, your eye, your heart, your immune system. Example, okay? Example, let's say your eyes. When we trigger the ADM in your eye, may it be whichever gene that is triggered, all right? Your eye can see better. Those people who are wearing spectacle, all right, probably after a while you need to change your spec because you can focus better now. Your cataract suddenly, you get what I mean? It can repair. It can. You ask me how does it work? I really don't know how your body works. Your body is very complicated, but Youthspan can work for that. Youthspan can settle that for complexity in your body. Now, imagine, if we started young. How many of us do not need to wear spectacle? Perfect eyesight, 6'6". Congratulations. Wow, that auntie also don't have to wear spectacle. Give them a round of applause. Now you know Youthspan, what Youthspan can do for them? To protect their eyes so that they do not need the additional help from spectacle. You get what I mean? So I told this to my son, I told this to my son. I said, you don't have the chance to wear spectacle. They say, I want to wear spectacles. I say, too bad, you don't have a chance. That is what Youthspan can protect all of us. All right? Now, and okay, now let's go into what really ADM is all about. Youthspan actually focus on ADM, right? These are the 6 kind of gene that it trigger. Now, first and foremost, let's look at antioxidant. Okay? Now, this entire ADM works in the entire body systematically. All right, systemic. All right, so now the first one we look into antioxidant defense and protections mechanism. Now, what does this antioxidant defense mechanism looks like? Now, it is in you, all over your body. We are 2 kind of antioxidant in us. One is within ourselves, that is endogenous antioxidant protections. Now, we have exogenous antioxidant protections, that is by our nutrition. So you realize that we take a lot of antioxidant diet, like your fruits and vegetables, your berries, all this has very, very high concentrations on antioxidant. That itself, it helps to boost up our antioxidant. All right. So with this, once you have remember the genus antioxidant within ourselves, once our ADM being triggered, your body actually generate more antioxidant as per compare to those without Youthspan. Okay, so those people who has been taking Youthspan, like our Mr. Ongi, he has started since April, and throughout these 5 months, it increased tremendously. You see the antioxidant score, yeah. So therefore, those people who have not done your antioxidant score, please do so. Ask your friends who bring you here, please do so. Okay, now this antioxidant score is no joke. It is real. Okay, now this score means that how much protection you have. Now the doctor cannot detect this. All right, the doctor, the most you can go and check your cancer marker, your cholesterol, that is already happening in your body. Already happening in your body, the doctor can detect. Whatever that is going to happen, which is detected by antioxidant, the doctor cannot detect that. All right, as long as you fall into red or yellow or orange or green, just boost it up all the way to blue zone. Okay, now blue zone means you are protected. Anything below blue, not protected. Okay, so what color are you? Ask your friend, what color are you? Ask the person next to you, what color are you? It doesn't mean you wear blue, you are in the blue, okay? Make sure you are in blue, okay? Meaning that, if you are in blue, meaning that when you own a car, you drive a car with insurance. Now those people without blue means you drive a car out without insurance. Anytime kena bang, no guarantee. Okay? So that is means. Okay? Now this is another example on those people. Now Miss Doris Lim, who took Youthspan over the last 5 months as well, increased tremendously. 75. Amazing score. Okay? So this is antioxidant defense, that what the Youthspan can do for you. And then detoxification, this is another ADM, another aging defense mechanism that Youthspan do for you. That is detoxification and cellular stress response mechanism. All right. Now, sounds very complicated, but I'm going to summarize it, okay? Now, what this Youthspan can do for you is especially the cellular stress response. Now, do you know when you are stressed, your whole body is constrict? Yeah? That including your blood vessel. There's a study done in this entire ageLOC. They realized that those people who have this Youthspan ingredient, their arterial flow is better. The blood flow is better. Okay? Therefore, your blood pressure can be stabilized. Okay? And your cholesterol doesn't form because it actually reduces the formations of plaque in your blood vessel. So the higher the stress you are, the higher chance of getting cholesterol high, right? We have this study shown as well. So we have this reverse of this condition by Youthspan research paper being published. Now, when you have a better flow, okay, you have a better flow in your circulation system, meaning that everything in your body acts better because your blood circulations deliver oxygen to the rest of the part, yeah, and the blood circulations also deliver to, especially for men. Many people, we have erectile problem. This one settle for that. All right. So don't ask me how. This is the answer. Okay, those gentlemen, erectile problem. All right. Now, and then DNA protections and repair. This is another ADM that we are focusing on. Now, this DNA is very, very interesting. Now, this data shows, how many of you know what is telomeres? DNA? You know what DNA is? Now, this picture shows chromosome. It's like X, chromosome, X. All right, inside chromosome, we have DNA, right? We have DNAs like noodles, like Maggi noodles, like that, coil. Okay? At the two end tips of the noodles, okay, the DNA, there is called telomeres. It's like our shoelace. We have the plastic cap, okay? All right? And many years, we already know that this plastic cap actually holds, how to say, it actually determines all aspects of your health, of your life. And the shorter you have, the shorter life you have. The shorter you have, the more diseases you are prone to have. So that many people already publish. But a lot of science want to see how to prevent it from getting shorter. Because as we age, this telomere gets shorter and shorter and shorter. So therefore, this causes aging as well. Okay? So that's DNA protections. DNA, we want to protect this DNA. So instead of letting these telomeres to prevent it from shorter and shorter, it can grow longer. Youthspan can make it grow longer. It's not what I say, it's what the research papers say. That is why we can live more youthful years because of this. Okay, so that is DNA protection. What about the repairing part? The repairing of apoptosis. Apoptosis means a very jargon word, right? Now, apoptosis means the death of your cell. Meaning your cell died lah. Okay, but some want to die, some commit suicide. They want to die prematurely. Some want to die, don't want to die. Okay, so now these are the cells that the DNA is not die yet. Okay, they want to die, cannot die. So either this part, Youthspan, repair it or make it die. Okay, either or. There's no in between. Okay, in between meaning it will cause cancer. So when we have this DNA protections and apoptosis mechanism, our cancer rate will be tremendously reduced by this mechanism alone. Is that amazing? Can we give Youthspan a round of applause? When I read this, I am almost jaw-dropped, We have been trying to find how to prevent this from shorter, and yet Youthspan say can grow longer. Oh my God. So tell the person next to you, I am going to live long. You want to live long? Yeah. Okay, next. The next ADM is tissue regeneration mechanism. Now this is very interesting. I've shown a brain here because ADM, the 6 ADM with 6 color representations, it actually triggers the entire brain tissues. All right. Now, unfortunately, Youthspan actually, increase your brain-derived neurotrophic factor, meaning that it causes your brain to regenerate. It causes your brain to grow again. It causes your brain, especially the neuron, to grow back because it's neurotrophic factor. So we will see this area. Okay, I'll show you an example. This is Miss Helen, one of our leaders here. She had an incident last year that she had a subdural hemorrhage, meaning that the skin, the skull, inside the skull and the brain, there is a membrane. There is a bleeding inside. Okay, it's subdural hemorrhage. Now this is very, very critical. Not many people survive by this. So she went for operation 2 rounds. She went for 2 rounds of ops, and then open skull some more. Okay, not by keyhole. My first time keyhole, second time open skull. Now open skull, the survival rate is very, very low, and the recovery rate is very low. So after the operations, the doctor advised her, the consequences of the operations, meaning that she would experience half paralyzed. She will experience some of the mobility issues, like the muscle, the strength. She cannot grip things properly. She cannot walk in a straight line. That is a possible of what after the operations, the side effect of the operations. But unfortunately, she had it all. Okay, she had all of this. And then when we have operated in this area, in this skull area, meaning that those people who went through operations, after the scarring, you can't feel that part. The skull, you can't feel because it's dead skin. And the neuron, the nerve system is not working very well in that area. So therefore, when she comb her hair, she cannot feel. But to our surprise, after Youthspan, with a short period of time, she can feel the comb stroke down her head. And she can feel that, and the way she walk also improve. Now, obviously, she doesn't only take Youthspan, she have many, many other supplements to just boost her up. So therefore, her recovery rate is fast. But her memory come back after Youthspan. Her memory come back, her memory improve, sometimes the long-term memory, it affect the long-term memory after the op, but the memory, slowly regain, and that is how this Youthspan, this Youthspan actually trigger this part of ADM, the tissue regenerations. Now this is one part of tissue regeneration that Youthspan can do for you. Another part of tissue regeneration is your bone. You know, as you age, we have osteoporosis, right? Our bone density become, less dense. This Youthspan, this Youthspan can trigger the bone to regenerate. Is that amazing? Are you excited about that? So meaning that when we get older, we have lesser chance to get fractured. So we can go kick football. We can run. Fall down, because now when we get older, we go roller skate also scared, Because we're scared, we had a fall and then fractured, that's it. Now fractured, it doesn't mean, doctor operation, put some steel inside, you are recovered. No! We still have to trigger your ADM to do bone repair. But with Youthspan, it can repair faster. Now the best part is prevent it from fracture. That is what we want to achieve. Okay? So this tissue regeneration is not only for brain, not only for your bone, but for your muscle. That's how I mentioned your muscle degenerate, right? Yeah, as we get older, we lost 2 to 5% of muscle every year. But this one, Youthspan actually preserve your losing of muscle. And not only preserve, those gentlemen who go to gym, it generate your muscle at a faster rate. Wonderful news, right? Wonderful news, right? I know all of you are very hot. With muscle more, you are getting hotter, Your metabolism is even more. Give yourself a round of applause. You guys are simply amazing. No matter how warm this place is, I know some of you are sweating inside already and you still stay put. I tell you, give yourself another round of applause. Now, this part is another ADM, is another aging defense mechanism that regulate our metabolism. Now, many people ask me, Youthspan actually, improve our metabolism, meaning that I can lose weight. Unfortunately, no. This part is only to regulate your lipid metabolism. Lipid metabolism is your fat metabolism in your blood vessel, not your fat cell. Okay? So it doesn't burn this part of adipose tissue, no. But it's burned within the blood vessel itself. So there's a published the research shows that, Youthspan ingredient actually reduce triglyceride and cholesterol level within your bloodstream itself. So meaning that when you are young, how come the youngster do not have this? Those people below 30 years old, they don't have triglyceride high, they don't have high blood pressure, they have lesser, okay? They have lesser chance to get cholesterol high. Why? Because their lipid metabolism is normal. They can metabolize it as per normal. But as we age, this part of the function, the switch doesn't on anymore. All right? So therefore, we accumulate all this plaque within our blood vessel and causing triglyceride high, cholesterol high. So with Youthspan, this part restore back to function. All right? So some of you have cholesterol high, you ask me, hey Belinda, then I can take or not? I got cholesterol high, I got triglyceride. What do you think? Yes. And I don't have this, I don't have cholesterol high, I don't have. Can you take or not? Yes, to prevent it. We want to restore the function back to normal. We are not here to solve your problem. We are not here to solve the symptom. We are here to solve your aging root problem. All right? Which we are able to trigger your gene expression. We are able to trigger your aging defense mechanism so that every single part of your body restore back to normal, like a computer system. Reboot your body system. Okay? Now, the next one is mechanism that regulate your inflammatory balance. Now, when we have inflammations, our body generates certain kind of enzymes, certain kind of protein, which especially is cytokine. Just now, when the green man stand there, cytokine respond. All right, cytokines is inflammations balance kind of respond. Cytokine production in your body is good because it protect you. It send the army to send signal to protect this part of your body which is injured. So that is what cytokine works. But prolonged generation of cytokine, you keep on create a lot of cytokine in your body, is going to do harm to you, which cause chronic inflammations diseases, which is diabetic, cardiovascular, which is heart problem, and cancer. Prolonged having inflammations in your body have higher chance of getting cancer. Okay, now some of you stay in the days. Let me give you another illustration. For example, how many of you brush your teeth every day? 2 times per day, morning and night, right? You know brushing teeth is very, very important. It's good for you, right? You only brush 2 times per day. It's the same as we know cytokine is good for us. Once a while we produce is good. Now imagine you 24 hours take your toothbrush, just brush and brush and brush. What will happen to your gum? Bleed. Your gum will bleed. So production of cytokine is good, but always there is not good. Brush your teeth 2 times per day is good, but brush your teeth 24 hours per day is no good. Alright? So this is exactly what this inflammation's balance is all about. We want to balance. Don't brush your teeth so many times. 2 times enough. Okay? Just produce cytokine at the right time, at the right place. Enough. Don't overproduce. Overproduce, you have all these diseases. Okay? Got it? Does that mean that you have lesser chance to get cancer? Yes. You have lesser chance for that. Does that mean that you don't have a chance to jab insulin? Yes. Your pancreas can function better because no inflammation in your body. This part, Youthspan, can settle this inflammation balance already. Okay. Now, so that's all for the 6 ADM. Now, Youthspan is very unique. You know, it is combinations of 12 ingredients in this, but unfortunately, it's not available everywhere. Okay. Now, it comes from different part of the world, and it's very, very hard to obtain. Okay, these are the ingredients that is listed in our Youthspan. Now, example, this is astaxanthin. Many people, do you know what is astaxanthin? No. You take salmon, red color. Now, anything red is astaxanthin. I mean, in terms of marine life. Okay, so it's astaxanthin. You take lobster, okay, prawn, okay, that is astaxanthin. But do you take that every day? No, we don't. So we take it occasionally, but we need this astaxanthin every day, 2 times per day. Now, another part of astaxanthin is, you know, we take crabs, we take lobster, that's red color, right? Oh, correct or not? Our crab is red, right? But we don't eat the shell. Astaxanthin are in the shell. All this in the shell. You take lobster, you don't take the shell, right? But astaxanthin is in the shell. So that is why Youthspan we cannot take from normal diet. Got it? Okay? Now, another one is this citrus. Citrus. Okay? Now, we take citrus, we know it's orange, right? We know it's red-orange, right? But it's not the orange itself, it's the skin. How many of you take the skin? No, we don't. But this is the part that's important to trigger your ADM. Okay? So when I calculated all this, you know, it's very, very convenient to just take Youthspan. It's very cost effective just to take Youthspan. I don't have to ask my mother, ask my grandmother to go and source all these things for me, you know, different part of the world. Okay, so you got it? Alright, so how many of you already decided want to take Youthspan? You want to live young with Youthspan, you want to, you know, go roller skate when you're 80 years old, you know, you want to go bungee jump at 100 years old? Yeah, this is what Youthspan, you have Youthspan, you can do all this because it gives you energy, it gives you life, it gives you health. Okay, now some of us also compare with R-squared. How many of you take R-squared? Wow, a lot. Now, after I explain this, do you think this is similar to R-squared? In what way? In what way? Huh? R-squared is very specific. R-squared only triggered it's a targeted health. R-squared main focus is to cellular purify and to cellular energize. When we talk about cellular purify, Youthspan also got one stress response and detoxifications, right? Isn't that the same? It's different. It's different. Now imagine you have 5 roots to do something. You know, you are only covered 1 or 2 roots. The rest is not covered yet. In other words, you know, for example, this detoxification, cellular purify. What happened? You know, you have R-squared. You want to purify out all the metabolism waste and all this, but with Youthspan, okay, it enhances. So R-squared give you 1 cleaner inside you. Youthspan give you 5 cleaner. So with these 2 together, you have 5 cleaner instead of just 1 R-squared. You have 1 cleaner. Got it? You get what I mean? Youthspan enhance the function of R-squared. R-squared is totally different from Youthspan. So both target at different area. Now when we talk about we want energy, we want to energize ourselves, we want, energy boost, R squared. But when we have R squared and Youthspan, we have more energy. We have 5 power bank instead of 1. You get what I mean? You get what I mean? So Youthspan actually enhance the function of R squared, which Youthspan do not have. Got it? So now entire ageLOC series, we work together. There's no product that cover each other. I mean, overtake, supersede each other. No. But we work together for a better health, so that, those people who take R squared, put up your hand again. And you decided to take Youthspan, right? Put up another hand. So you have both hands up. All right. Now, these people, put up your hand. You live younger, longer. You will live younger and longer. Yeah, give yourself a round of applause. Yes. You have more energy as compared to those people who do not. Okay? All right? Now, people ask me, should I take Youthspan or should I take R squared? What is your answer? Both lah. Wow, you all know already. Okay, R squared, most of the time settle, I believe when you take R squared, you have certain things to, to solve, like, you have more energy, you don't want to have, you want to gain back your memory, you want to have brain cell, triggered, you want to have detoxifications, you want to sleep better. Yes, R squared can help you that. All right, so existing problem, R squared can help you to restore, repair. The repairing rate for R squared is a lot more. Okay, Youthspan prevent you from further damage. You get what I mean? Prevent you from further damage. When you have both, meaning that you are vaccinated with aging vaccine, with age vaccine, meaning that you will not age. Imagine 80 years old, 100 years old, you still look like that. You still look like that, 80 years old, 100 years old, 120 years old. Look the person on your right, on the left. Just imagine, visualize they are 120 years old. They will look like that because you lock your age. You are vaccinated. I always say when we vaccine ourselves against hepatitis B, we are not scared of hepatitis B virus. But today when we have Youthspan, when we have R squared, we are vaccinated against age. We are not scared of aging problem anymore. That is what ageLOC can give you. All right? So with ageLOC, we can change this group of people to this. Just now, when I ask how many of you have aged parents, aged grandparents, or you yourself are aged, we can actually prevent this and we can live more youthful years. Instead of lazing around, waiting for your time in the nursing home or in a home alone, when you age at this, it's not, I don't know how you feel. It's not the life that I'm looking forward, at least. I am not looking forward for this kind of life. Because first, if I can live long without Youthspan, all right, I'll be ended up either in wheelchair, home alone, because all my kids will be out, all right, and probably husband die already because guys die younger. Huh? So not that I want to curse, but that's a realistic. I know I'm going to live long, okay? Then we'll be very lonely. I think we'll be very, very lonely. So when we age, when I see my retired father, they are very lonely. They don't know what to do. Go here also cannot, go there also cannot, because I don't know. But with Youthspan, if you take Youthspan, the rest of your friends die. Also no point. So want to take, all take together. Correct or not? So again, for the last 20 years of your life, which part would you want? Which one do you want to have? You want to cheers with champagne, or you want to, wait for your food to be served in a hospital bed? You can make a choice. So when I see Youthspan, when I see Youthspan, the word explained by itself, it gives us youthfulness for years. So I'm going to choose this part. What about you? I'm going to choose this. What about you? So we can cheers together, right? When we celebrate Singapore 100, SG 100, all of us still here, right? Yeah, then we can cheer together, right? That is what Youthspan can prepare us for SG 100. Yeah? Yeah. And with ageLOC, with Youthspan, I truly believe all of us, we can live younger, we can live longer, years, right? Not only that, help the person around us. Because it's no fun to live long ourselves. We live longer with our parents, with our loved one, with our friends. That is the greatest joy that I think we can have. So with Youthspan, leverage on this Youthspan. Youthspan with this ADM, it settles every single part of our body, right? Do you feel your gene being on, being triggered now? How many of you feel younger now? Tell the person next to you, oh, you look so young. You look so young. That is what Youthspan is going to give you. All right. I hope today you enjoy my sharing. Thank you very much. My name is Belinda.